What's up, everybody, and welcome to Weekday Wagers Live on a Thursday afternoon. It is absolutely freezing outside, and it does not make me happy. I feel like all my bones hurt more than normal, but maybe because I'm washed and I'm getting old. But yesterday, it wasn't so great of a day. We did go 1-1, which was fine. Pavel Dorofeyev, I know that name. He did not get his point. But the Flyers and the Sabres, by the skin of my teeth, I think that's right, go over that on Mark. So we'd have another Splitsville, which sucks. That's not what we want. We don't want the Splitsville. We want to have some fun. We want to cash some tickets. So today, I have some bonus plays. But before we get there, we're going to talk about this game, which is the Orlando Magic and the Memphis Grizzlies. They're out in Germany. It's about to tip off any minute now, as well as there's a lot of hockey talk going around the association there in the NHL. We're going to gift you our extra picks. So we're going to have our normal picks. We have our bonus picks. So you're in for it. Plus, Robbie could not be outdone by me. So he added an extra bonus pick into his picks. And then at the very end of the show, what everybody's probably here for is our time to talk Traitors and our chance to honestly look through the season that has started. We have 3 episodes so far. There's been 3 people sent out. There's 4 people tied to a tree. And we got 2 episodes that are coming out tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. So there's a lot to get into. But before I get to Robbie, let me go ahead and take you to my picks. I got bonus picks. And because this game starts off right now, I'm going to give you 2 alt lines. So you can look for 20-plus points here on Franz Wagner. We're going to get this at plus 220. He has not played in the last 15 games for the Orlando Magic. He has not played since December the 7th. But Franz Wagner is back. It was an ankle injury. So there's nothing crazy like a hamstring, a quad, maybe his back, like the whole back. None of that. But this is 20 points. This is easy for Franz. But let me just share. Franz, he's German. Where are they playing? In Germany. Let's take Franz Wagner for 20 points at plus 220. And then Cam Spencer, crazy killer Cam Spencer to go over 9.5 assists. It's at plus 325. If you're wondering, what's his line at? Yeah, it's at 6.5 and it's juiced to minus 150. So just 3 extra, more than 7. Yeah, give me the 10 assists. He's done this in the last 2 games. Easy. This guy is crazy. He also talks with a lisp, and he's a maniac. So I love everything about that. So go ahead and get his 10 plus assists at plus 325. All right. That's enough of me and my bonus picks. Let's bring in Robbie. I know that's the longest you've ever had to wait. What's up, man?
I know, man. I was just in the chat talking to everybody, wondering when I might actually come on. But I'm happy to be here. You know, despite Pavel Dorofeyev, he's no longer going to be on the bet list. He's done. But my Just the Stat sports picks went 3-1. He was the one. He's done. So I'm done with him.
All right. Why the doorknob?
It just rhymed with Dorofeyev. I was trying to make Dorofeyev doorknob. It went together.
I think it's great. I didn't know it'd be like dumb as a doorknob. I was told that many times in my life. And so I assumed that's what it was, but who knows? Anyway, this game right now between the Orlando Magic, I'm actually watching it. If you can't see this side of me, I'm watching the game as we're going to be doing the show because it is my team or the Memphis Grizzlies, but it's your team, the Orlando Magic, and they're playing in Germany and Berlin. I had to ask because this kind of got my wheels like churning a little bit. If you had to like be a player or maybe a fan of a team, coaching a team, wherever, and your team's going to go play somewhere in another country, is there anywhere that you could pick that'd be like, hey, that is my place. I would love to play there.
100%. Take me back to Amsterdam. Not only just to play there, but to play outside of the game as well. If you haven't been to the red light district, you should check it out.
Wow. All right. So the red light, isn't there a song like the Red Light District? There's got to be something.
Yeah.
Like that. Sorry for the copyright.
I think it's a Ludacris song.
Yeah, it was probably that probably sounded just like him. So hopefully the copyrights don't come and hit us. But also there's NHL happening they're not right now, but tonight. And so because of that, you are the NHL guy. Is there a hot story that is going around right now?
Very, very hot story. Tonight is the night Mitch Marner gets to take on his former team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. He grew up a Leafs fan. He was on that team ever since he's been in the NHL. Had a rough exit. The fans kind of wanted him gone. He didn't want to go. That was his team. Plays for the Vegas Knights now. So Toronto is playing in Vegas tonight. Look, if you just want to play some kind of long shot odds, his anytime goal is like plus 270. He claims he doesn't care about this game, but let me tell you, if I grew up a Cowboys fan and they did me the way they did him, I would be damn well ready to kick their ass in my first game against them. So Mitch Marner tonight, that's where all the eyes are going to be.
Wow. All right. So I got to check that. That's the petty machete. I love all about that. And so that will be good. All right. So I was told here by Rich that I'm a little crazy betting Franz in his first game back. I don't think it's crazy. It's only crazy if we lose. And so hopefully we win the 20 plus points. Why not? It's in his home country. He's going to show out for his family, his friends, his countrymen. Why not? We also have Todd here that's going plus money play too. Blue Jackets -1.5 on the puck line. I do know that plus 140 versus the Canucks. Is that a good look from Taj?
Is a good look. Blue Jackets have a new coach. They look rejuvenated, and the Canucks suck. So, yeah, I love that play.
The Canucks suck. Yeah, I like that too. All right, well, let's continue on. And Mitch Marner from Nate G said he was looking or asking about real estate around the Vegas area in the Four Nations break. Is that surprising at all?
No, I think he knew the writing was on the wall last year. One of those guys had to go, and they're not getting rid of Matthews, so he was just the low man on the totem pole.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that's what's happening right now, and that is the storylines. We're speeding through this a little bit quicker than normal because we want to make sure we get you to our picks, but also we got to get to talking Traitors. And so I think it's that time. There's no reason to make y'all wait any longer. Seabass isn't on the show, and he apologized. He literally was supposed to be on yesterday, so we had a little audible. And at the last minute, he had work life actually happen again. And so because of that, he had a meeting yesterday with the owners, and now they're having a meeting today to talk about the meeting that happened yesterday with the owners. And so it's a meeting to talk about a meeting, and that sucks. So I told him, drink one for me later on tonight for sure, but always hit us with the spice.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Seabass, the only 5-star chef in the game. We all know sports betting is full of bad beats and tough calls, but when it comes to flavor, there's no second guessing. Bassett's Blends is the plus EV lock of every meal. We don't need a stinking model. Crafted with winning spices and bold taste, Bassett's Blends comes in 3 flavors: original, hot, and no salt. That's going to turn chicken, steak, vegetables, any dish into a can't miss cover every night. With Bassett's Blends, there's no bad beats, no flavor fades, just guaranteed greatness. Check out the link right here where you can pick up your Bassett's Blends for a guaranteed lock every single night.
Much appreciated to the One Take King. I've got 2 plays tonight. I was only going to have one, but I saw DG unloaded the clip today, and I said, well, I got to fire some shots as well. So my first play is Ryan Leonard, 1+ point at -125, playing the San Jose Sharks tonight. He's registered a point in 6 of his last 8 games. He's on the top power play unit with Alex Ovechkin, a name this chat knows very well, and Dylan Strome. San Jose is one of the worst teams defensively against the right wing position. They're averaging 1.1 goals and 2.3 points allowed per game against the Sharks. Ryan, in his only game against the Sharks, put up 2 goals and 2 assists. So all I need him to do tonight is just give me one. Just give me one, and I'll be happy. Second play, I'm going to my GOAT, the hockey GOAT for me, Leon Draisaitl plus 125, playing the New York Islanders. I know you're tired of seeing his name, but he has absolutely owned the Islanders. The only other team other than Nashville that he's owned is the New York Islanders. He has 9 goals in his last 9 versus the Islanders, with at least 1 goal in 6 straight games. Also, fun fact time, today is Hockey Day in Canada. So congratulations to you guys, everyone who celebrate. Leon has 8 career goals on Hockey Day. That is tied for first in NHL history with Jerome Ungunlea. I know I butchered that name, but he's tied with Jerome. He's going to break Jerome's record and get us a goal tonight.
I love that. One, you can't say it. That doesn't make me feel like a complete idiot. But one name that I can say is Karl Anthony Towns, the Big Purr. We're going to take him to go under the 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. This is at -110. And if you're wondering, do we fade the Big Purr? Absolutely. Any chance we get. He's under this line in 8 of the last 10 games. The Knicks, all right, the main reason I'm playing this, they're on a back-to-back. They're playing their 4th game in a week, and all of these are the West Coast road trip. If you know anything about an East Coast team going to the West Coast, they usually play the long West Coast road trips. But what happens in that last game, especially on a back-to-back, they don't care. I honestly am shocked that he's even playing. So because of that, I'm going to fade the big per, and he's going to go under this line tonight. So hopefully he doesn't show out there in Golden State. So I already have another play on that for DeAnthony Melton. I like his points tonight. I put that on the morning show for Coaching Company this morning, and so I want to share that as well. But looks like we're finally about to get started. I could have just saved my plays for the very middle of the show here for my alt lines for the Grizzlies and the Magic here, but it looks like they're about to get started. But Robbie, I don't know about you. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I think it's time, DG. I think it's time to start talking about what everybody wants to talk about.
Yeah, and that's the Traitors. All right, let's get to it. And we are talking Traitors here at our TV timeout. And so the first thing I wanted to just kind of share with everybody is there have been 3 people voted out already. There are people that are tied up to trees, and they're still there. They've been there for a week. We're not exactly sure what's happening because this is live. Damn it, don't spoil it for me. But yes, I look at a guy like Ian who was voted off. Was that shocking at all to you?
No, I kind of saw that one coming. It seemed like it was going to happen. That one wasn't very shocking.
He's a nerd. He's smart. He could figure things out. Honestly, his social game isn't great. So I think he's low-hanging fruit. The next one that they voted out was your guy, Rob S. Sad about that.
I was, because I honestly think he would have played that game well. He got kicked off for a valuable reason. He saw through the facade of what the Traitors were trying to do, and it's a good thing they got him off when they did, because I think he would have ruined that game for everybody.
Yeah, and he even was the one who said, I think there's a murder in plain sight when they were doing the Congo line, started by our girl Candace. And that then he told Candace and even asked her, like, you were the one that started that Congo line, right? Like, yes, she's a traitor. Yeah, got you. And so that was very funny. And then the last one, let's go ahead and park on this one for a second. Miss Donna Kelsey, and this is a spoiler alert if you have not seen it. Honestly, this is talking about the Traitors, season 4. We're now through the first 3 episodes. But yes, Donna Kelsey was the secret traitor. All right. Did that shock you when it actually was revealed that she was the secret traitor?
No, I had 2. I had 2 that I really felt strongly about. It was her and Jam, whatever his name, however you say his name. They were my top 2 for the secret traitors, because I felt like she was acting. A lot of the show, I felt like she was acting, and I think everybody else kind of caught on to it as well.
Right. Well, the thing she kept saying is, I'm just fangirling over all of you. But you just dropped the name Paul McCartney. Okay. Yeah. I don't think any of them are in the same stratosphere as Paul McCartney. And you're talking about how just nonchalant it would be. But yes, Be More Terp says, as my kids would say, Candace is being very sus. She needs to calm down a little bit. So let's talk about Candace. All right. Kansas is officially a traitor. Do you think she's playing the game well?
At times. And then there's times where I'm like, girl, you got to be quiet. You got to just let everything kind of unfold. Just kind of sit back, drink your tea, and watch. Because there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, man, she would be on my radar if I was playing the game as a traitor. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, she's very outspoken, right? And so because she's so outspoken, I don't think she's so far away from exactly her real self. And so because of that, I think if she was a little bit too quiet, people would catch on to that. Like, hey, she is being too quiet, which is weird in a sense. And so I think that she might actually be playing in the right spot because, just like Tony says, yes, she might be sus, but she's also probably being closer to what she normally is. All right, let's go ahead and just ask a couple questions here. All right. The player that you were the most surprised about, because I know you didn't know a ton of people and neither did I. We had our certain people we knew. But is there somebody that's on your radar now? Like, all right, I'm actually really enjoying this person, or I really hate this person now.
The other Rob, I guess the one from Love Island. I like that guy. the way he acts and some of his mannerisms seems like how I would be on a show like that, kind of just stonewalled, going with it. But also in the back of my mind, trying to figure out how I can connive and get through this game. I think he's playing one of the better games right now. And then your other guy, Ron Funches. I love that guy. He's hilarious. Like, he is straight up hilarious. I love that guy.
Yeah, Ron is so funny, man, and he's so quirky. That's probably a really good word for Ron, as being quirky, and the fact that he continues to be funny without realizing he's being funny is awesome. Let's go and circle back to Donna Kelsey, because she was the secret traitor, and we've had this conversation in my house because I think that there's different ways you can do the show, and I know it's your first time watching the show. So that's why I love asking you these questions. And honestly, let's go back to Seabass. This is his first time ever watching Traitors as well, because I've asked him. He's like, this is my only understanding of the show. He doesn't know it any other way. And so when I talked to him about it, he's like, yeah, I just know it for what this is. And so same thing with you. So I want to ask the same questions because I'm jaded at that point, right? This is my fourth season watching. The Secret Traitor. Did you like it? Love it? Hate it?
I loved it, but see, this is my first time watching. So in my head, I'm thinking of a movie like Scream or the game Clue. I'm thinking, all right, I like the aspect of trying to figure out myself who the traitors are. So I loved it. And I was kind of bummed that she's already off, because I really like that aspect of the game. I think if there's I know you and I were talking, that's kind of their point, that who's lying and who's not. In my head, I kind of wish I didn't know, because it's kind of like Survivor. I like not knowing. That's kind of my favorite part of watching these kind of shows. So if they can incorporate that going forward, I think it would be awesome.
Yeah, in the past, what happens a lot of times is the traitors will invite. So if a traitor gets knocked off, and let's say there's only 2 traitors left, they'll send out an invite, if they're allowed to at some point, and inviting a certain player to see if they want to join them and join the traitors. And so that can be a possibility. What I kind of wish would happen is they get that opportunity, but realistically, what ends up happening is that person then becomes a secret traitor. And so that would be a secret to us. It would be known by them because they sent out the invitation. And so the game can be played the same way. But I would love to just not know who the secret traitor is. I think that would be interesting, because there's so many different ways that it actually, like, the production could spin it and edit it a certain way where we would have no idea, right? And so I think that would be interesting. They make the short list, but we actually never know, or maybe they never take their hood off. I don't know. Right. We'll see. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the 4 people that are tied up real quick, because I want to ask you if you're looking at one guy, because the people that are tied up is, I believe she's a housewife, Caroline Stanberry, Eric Nam, I think he's a singer-songwriter guy, Kristen Kish, who's the chef, and then Ron Funches, the guy we talked about here shortly. All 4 are tied up. Who do you think they vote off?
I kind of agree with Mark. I feel like they're going to vote off Ron, but I don't know. I'm conflicted with Ron, because everybody thought he was going to be like a secret traitor or a traitor himself after the way they got the first person voted off. So I think it's Ron. I think he's the one who's gone.
Really? See, I don't think it's Ron. And I know I've watched the episodes. So I'm kind of, I guess, biased to their opinion on the actual traitors who were talking about it. And I don't know if you would go for Ron, because he's already got a target on him. And if he's got a target on him, when they're going to vote people off, that could be one person they voted off. Plus, now Ron has potential to be voted off or murdered, and he ends up not being murdered. And so that's going to cause some speculation of, hey, maybe he wasn't killed or murdered because he's one of them. And so that could be the reason. If anything, I think it could be the Eric Nam guy, because I think the smartest thing they could do is kill a housewife, in my opinion, because then they don't know that a housewife killed the housewife. That's what I would do if it was me. But I really do think it could be Eric Nam, just because I think he is a nice person and it'll cause confusion. Nobody will really know why. But
makes sense.
I don't know. That's kind of where I'm stuck at. But I have to ask you the most important question, Robbie. the Traitors are going to talk to the people that are tied up to trees, and they start sharing this apology and how, oh my God, I would just do whatever. You don't have to, kill me, murder me. And then Ron just says, F y'all. If you don't effing kill me, you're gonna regret it. Just completely going off on the Traitors, unbeknownst that who they actually are. How would you react in that segment?
The exact same way. I'd be talking all kinds of ish, because if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out with a bang. So I'm going to let them know what's about to happen, just pretty similar to the way he did. I was in a similar situation. I was tied to a pole, though, and it's all about fraternity stuff. I gave Sarah my fraternity letters on the necklace in college. That's a big no-no in the fraternity world. So what happens, back when you could have fun at fraternities, not so much anymore, is they would tie you. And they would drown you in stuff, and your significant other would have to come and unlock the key. And that was part of the whole process. So I had long hair, really long hair, and they had stuff all over me. And every time they come near me, I'd sling it. So I would sling my hair and get all the stuff all over everybody else. So they kind of took it easier on me because they knew they were about to get trounced with stuff. So I like it. I would be very much like him. And it was hard to get me on that pole as well. I'm not one that's going to go down there willingly. It was like, you're going to have to really take like 5 or 6 years to get me down. So it's just funny. When I saw that, it brought me back to some college memories. But I would be just like Ron. I'd tell him, F off. You're going to have to kill me.
Well, some would call them memories. Some would call them nightmares. It depends on how you want to call it. But I see that Mark is saying here that HR is calling, so we better maybe chill out on the story. I'm not exactly sure, but no, I love stories like that. There's no way any hazing goes on like that anymore because people take it too far,
that's not even hazing. That was
hazing.
Fun.
It's
hazing. It's not.
It's clean hazing, but it is hazing. It's the truth.
It's fun. It is what it is.
All right, well, that exactly is for sure the hazing part, in my opinion. But anyway, let's get past that. All right, moving forward, because there are 2 episodes that come out 9, 8 Central tonight. At that point, we think that one person will be gone, and then the next time we talk and Seabass is back, we'll have approximately, that'll be 3rd, this will be the 4th, so maybe 6 people gone off the show so far. Hopefully Candace is not one of them, and we can actually have him on when before she's ever voted off or murdered. But is there anybody that you're looking at that would be on a short list to you if you had to either get rid of off the show? Like, one, they're catching on to the Traitors. So let's think like the Traitors. They're catching on to the Traitors, or for whatever reason, we want to get rid of them somehow, some way.
I would be looking at the quiet ones. I don't know the guy. He's got like long hair. I think he was on Dancing with the Stars, maybe. If I'm a traitor, I might be looking at him because he looks like he's scheming. Like, that would be a guy I would look at to try to get off. And then there was the blonde. She's a blonde, and she was watching them play chess very closely.
Tara Lipinski.
She would be another one that I would get off. So those 2 would be the 2 I would start looking at to try to maybe get off.
Well, the great thing about that is, and I don't know how you've seen the relationships, because you haven't seen this in the past. You're very obviously new to how this works, because there's not much of strategizing, we'll say, right? It's just keeping the scent off of you. Well, it looks like Candace is buddied up to Tara Lipinski like really well. And so Candace could persuade Tara to potentially call him off the scent of either Rob or the other lady, Lip Lady, whatever her name is. I can't remember her name. But yes, who they were watching play chess. That's it. I think that could be a possibility. But the other one, Mark, I don't think anybody knows him. He's the one that will be murdered at night, like, because it causes confusion. And so at that point, that's how it goes. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But you expect Ron to be to murdered. I think it should be Caroline. But I could see definitely Eric as well. So it should be a pretty fun time. Hopefully we'll have more people interacting during this time. If not, we can scrap this thing. But I think everybody's having a good time watching along, especially when Seabass should be here next week. He said he does have a meeting planned, so he should be back. But let's go ahead and go quickly through our best bets, because some people might have missed them. So we're going to do a reverse. We don't normally do this, but I'm going to go through our best bets, maybe 10, 15 seconds each one. And I'm going to start off with my bonus bets first. And that's going to be Franz Wagner, 20-plus points, plus 220. I haven't looked at his actual line yet that since the game has started. And then Cam Spencer, 10-plus assists at plus 325. All right, let's see what Robbie's got to.
Yeah, real quick. Ryan Leonard, 1+ point at minus 125. The kid has been great. He's got a point in 6 of his last 8 games. Last time he played San Jose, 2 goals, 2 assists. Just need 1 point for him tonight to catch this one. Also, it's National Hockey Day in Canada. Leon Draisaitl's playing the Islanders, a team he's absolutely dominated. And on National Hockey Day, he has 8 goals scored, tied for first with Jerome. I'm not going to say his last name. So give me a Leon anytime goal at plus 125.
All right, this one's about the big purr. Under 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He doesn't want to be there. He sucked last night. I expect him to suck again tonight, and we'll go under this line. And going back to this one, Cam Spencer, update. He has 3 assists already in the first quarter. Looks like in the first 6 minutes. Franz hasn't scored yet, but he's looks like he was on the court. He might be coming off the court here for some subs here in a few minutes, but he has no points to start. So you might even get a better number if you're just now getting to this number. But that's all we have on the show. Robbie, do you have anything else before we get out of here?
No, man. Loaded slate tomorrow with us. It's a Friday. We got NFL playoffs to talk about. We got a national championship game coming up on Monday that we could talk about as well. So big show tomorrow coming up.
Yeah, always a big show, especially on Friday with all 3 of us. Mark will join us as well. But that's all we have. This has been our best bets, our bonus bets, as well as a little Talkin Traitors as we do a TV timeout. We'll be back here tomorrow on a Friday. Always the best day. We'll see you then.